Morning, friends. All right, just gonna take a minute here and make sure everything is getting started and that we are live. Happy Monday morning, happy whatever day it is if you happen to reach this and it's not a Monday. It's the purple and gray haired Nana of the internet coming at you this morning. And Mondays are going to be dedicated to mindfulness. So, before I get into that, I need to address, for those of you that have been following my videos, I had set a goal for myself on Friday. For over the weekend, I wanted to reach 50 YouTube subscribers on my YouTube channel so that I could okay, sorry. I'm trying to do two separate lives here, and I'm just getting some notes from one of them. So if you're watching me on Facebook and this is glitching, I apologize, and I will correct that after the end, and I will get a better video on. Okay, back to what I was talking about. So I had a goal. I wanted to increase my YouTube subscribers to 50 by last night, and lo and behold, as positive as I was and as much as I went out there, I didn't achieve it. I didn't reach it. But I did increase my viewers. I gained 16 new viewers in 2 days. So you know what? I'm happy with that. That means that my words are getting out there to 16 more people, and that's a plus. But I am still, I'm going back to my SMART goal set. I'm going to try and figure out what it is I need to do differently and what else I could do to attract those people to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Pause23 on YouTube. So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please, from the bottom of my heart, take a moment and go to YouTube at Pause23 and click on subscribe. Okay, it would mean the world to me, and it will help me share all of my craziness, all of my words, and all of my motivation with so many more people in the YouTube world. Because heck, you know what? Why not? Let's give it a try. All right, back to Mindfulness Mondays. Mindfulness. Everybody has a mind full of stuff, full of crap, full of things. That is not the mindfulness I'm talking about. The mindfulness I'm talking about here is actually being present in the moment and focusing on what you're doing at that present time. The world is crazy. The world is busy. The world is chaotic. There is people being pulled in every direction, be it family, be it friends, be it work, be it commitments, be it sports, be it anything. We are being pulled in every single direction. And a lot of times, a lot of people are like, I just don't have enough time. I am being pulled everywhere. So they're rushing to get things done. They're not giving their full attention. They're not giving their full commitment. They're not giving their full all to the task at hand. And mindfulness is getting back to that, getting back to being grounded, getting back to being in the moment and focusing on the task at hand. Think back in your own life when you're doing something and you actually are able to, for however long it might happen, you're actually able to push everything else aside and just simply focus on that one task at hand. I know for me it doesn't happen very often. It's a constant struggle. I work at it every day. But when I do that, it's amazing how much I can accomplish and how much we can get done when we actually take the time to fully give our attention to that. One thing I did yesterday, I knew I had a lot to do. I had some commitments I had to get out to. So I had actually set a little calendar or a little schedule, and I gave myself 30 minutes per task. And then when that 30 minutes was up, I had to leave that task and move on to the next one because there's certain things in a day I wanted to get done. And for myself, I was the most productive in that 2-hour time frame working in that aspect. I kind of like challenges, I guess. So for me, having 30 minutes to do one specific thing, it's like, okay, I'm focused only on this for these 30 minutes. what am I going to get done? How am I going to do it? Oh my gosh, time is ticking. So for me, that time and that time under pressure is sometimes beneficial for me. I'm that, oh my God, I have an exam tomorrow. I'm going to study tonight. That's me. I have a paper due tomorrow. Oh crap. Okay, well, it's 11 o'clock at night the night before, and I've just finished it. That's the way I tend to work. For some people, that might make you, oh my gosh, I can't function that way. For me, that's kind of the way I work best, is under pressure. But I still need to remain focused. So coming back to mindfulness, one of the things in that TED Talk, I listened to a TED Talk this morning. I'm going to share the link. And I like listening to TED Talks. I like going on YouTube and just typing in something I'm looking at. I needed some more inspiration for the mindfulness this morning. So I found this. I think he studies neuroplasticity. I'm not here to try and explain what that is. I really don't. That's way up. That's up here, and I'm just kind of here. So, but what I got from that was monumental. It was phenomenal, the information he was sharing. And one of the things I always look at in the world right now today is our children, our younger generation, that generation of people that are growing up in this chaotic world that is full of turmoil, it's full of chaos, it's full of unrest, it's full of just a lot of negativity. This is the generation that is growing up and that is going to be who we are in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And what type of people are we raising, and what type of world are we giving these younger generations? And to me, it's really kind of sad and scary, because we're giving them a world of parents having to work their butts off just to afford the basic necessities of life. We are dealing with kids that are in classrooms with one teacher and maybe, a couple of little assistants or one in that classroom with upwards of 30 different personalities, different students, all trying to learn, all trying to figure out what the heck they're doing in this life, and really just being pushed around and not giving that genuine one-on-one attention. That's kind of a sad thing to look at when we look at the world that way. So how can we change that? How is just one person, we all think, well, I can't make those changes in this big, vast world. Well, as one person, yes, we can. And it all starts with being mindful. It all starts with how we present ourselves, how we set an example for other people in this world. So if we're all, hairy, scary, running around like the Tasmanian devil, trying to do all this crap, what is that teaching people? And that was me for so long. That was me a lot of times with my kids, worried about what people are thinking, worried about, am I doing a good enough job? Are my kids, just so many worries in the world all the time. Whereas if we take time to just simply be present in the moment, maybe our statistic or the rates of ADHD, the rates of depression, the rates of all of those issues and those struggles, maybe they would come down if one person at a time we start talking more about mindfulness. We start talking more about being in the moment and letting people know it's okay to live as you are. It's okay to take a moment and to sit down as a family, as a couple, as you and a friend, and enjoy a meal. And enjoy a meal, but actually take note of the food you're eating. So this, I've just kind of jumped into one specific way of practicing mindfulness in your day: mindful eating. How many times do you sit down, or you're driving, or you're rushing between tasks and you're inhaling a burger that you just picked up from the fast food joint? Or maybe you are eating a prepared meal that you've brought with you throughout the day, but you're still eating it, just shoving that food into you and carrying about your day. And then 50 minutes later you think, oh shit, I need to eat today. And you're like, oh no, wait, I did just eat. And you're completely oblivious to the fact that you even ate because you didn't take the time to actually enjoy that food you were putting into your body. Taking time to appreciate the fact that this food you're putting into your body is nourishing your body. It's giving your body more of what it needs. It's fuel for your body. But we don't do that. We're just so busy in the hustle and bustle of every day. And that's what we're showing our kids. We're showing our kids that the world is a state of chaos, and it's tough to feel loved. It's tough to figure out who you are. One of the things that was in that TED Talk that I'll bring up just quickly before I kind of end this here is he talks about 4 pillars of happiness and mindfulness. And the first one is awareness. So where is our focus? When you're driving somewhere, are you on autopilot? When you're reading a book, do you have to read a page 3-4 times just to fully grasp what's in it because you're reading it, but the words aren't clicking? That's not being aware. That's not being mindful. So practicing awareness. The second is connection. We as humans, we thrive and we excel and we need human connection. So if we don't have fulfilling human connections, that's sometimes hard to feel good about ourselves. And when we don't feel good about ourselves, it's easy for the mind to wander. So having that connection is really important in our lives as well for mindfulness. The third one is insight. And insight this is probably one of my favorites out of these 4, because what he was talking about with insights is the story we tell ourselves about our life. So the story we tell ourselves about our life. So if we're telling ourselves that, oh, I just have this job. I can't do that because I'm just me. I can't do that because I don't have the resources. I don't have the finances. I don't have the education. I don't have the I don't. If we're always telling ourselves all of these negatives and that we don't and that we can't and that, so-and-so is better, that's the story we're telling ourselves. So an example for myself is I've been wanting to come on and do these videos and do these lives and share positivity in the world for years. It's always been a burning desire in me. I started back in around 2019 doing a little bit, and then I kind of fell off. And just recently I've been connecting more with like-minded people, and I've realized that I've been telling myself that story, that I have nothing to offer. I'm not a professional. I'm not a neuroplasticity person. I'm not a psychologist. Well, those people all have purposes, but guess what? I have a purpose too. I'm a person who has lived a life of experiences. And a lot of times what people need in this world is other people that are just regular people who have gone through life and who have figured shit out. And that's the story I was telling myself. So when I changed that story and said, you know what? Yes, I do. Because when I do these posts, I'll get a message from somebody saying, hey, thanks, I needed that today. Well, if I get that once a week, if I get that once a month, then my purpose being on here is I have a reason. Sorry, that was the next one, is purpose. But just to come back to insight. So I've changed my story and I've told myself, you are worthy, you are valuable, and somebody out there is going to want to hear your words. Okay, so the final one is purpose, and I kind of just slipped into that one earlier. So your purpose. Do everything in your life with a purpose and know that you have a purpose. When we have a purpose, it's so much easier to be driven in life, to have motivation. So the one thing that he stuck out in that video was he talked about do everything with purpose, even taking out the garbage. Be grateful, be thankful that you have garbage to take out. Be thankful that you have a home or an apartment or a building that you can reside in and that you are safe and is your home space. And be thankful that you have garbage to take out. Many people don't. So your purpose and feeling worthy, and it's all in your mindset. Some people all grumble, oh, I gotta take that freaking garbage out, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's the story you're telling yourself. Of course, it's gonna suck. I mean, nobody likes to take the garbage out, but guess what? I'm thankful I have garbage to take out because it means I have a life. It means I have things. It means I am enjoying stuff. So with mindfulness, it's really important to just stay present in the moment. And when you're learning these new things and when you're hearing new things, the last point I want to touch on is it's one thing to see a video. It's one thing to read a book, all these self-help books, all these self-help talks and this and that, and even what I'm doing. It's one thing to hear it. The second thing you need to do, the most important thing you need to do is put it into action. Okay, because our mind learns in 2 different ways. We interpret stuff when we read it, we see it, we hear it, it comes in. But then we also need to trigger those other little pathways in our brain that we actually start doing things. And when we're doing those things, when we're being more positive, when we're being present in the moment, that helps to train our brain in the second way. Okay, so thanks for your time, guys. I appreciate you all. I love you all. I hope you found this interesting. Feel free to give a like, feel free to give a share. And if you happen to take this seed and go explore on your own, if you find something out there that's interesting, how about drop it in the comments and share it? Let's share that stuff we're finding. Okay, guys? Until next time, much peace, love, and kindness from this purple and gray haired Nana of the internet. I'm signing off until next time. Much love and peace to you all.